Rhea 9. Communism and nostalgia. Um, what I'm doing here is I'm thinking back about what happened, and if possible record some bits and ends that might have some interest for a grandson or whoever. Uh, Eventually, as Manuel says in 40 Towers. Funny series, by the way, recommended. John Cleese, Magisterial. Um, so, looking back, one feels nostalgia and a longing for days of youth and childhood sometimes, but not for the terror of communism. I'm shocked when people uh, regret the communist days and even the stupid damn, I hope he's in hell, tyrant Ceausescu. It was better. That's stupid. It's true. It makes sense in a way because people forget. They adapt to the situation as it is, but still they often feel it was better in the past. Uh, Quite paradoxically, and when the past was such an ordeal. It is also true that some had it better. Nomenclatura, some of the Securitate guys who became rich at the end of the communist regime entering in the new one. But in my case, I remember the good things of childhood and adolescence, but the communist aspects were terrible. I still see and realize that part of the anger, frustration that is there in here is due to those days of humiliation and sometimes hunger. We weren't the worst off, but still we had to queue for bread, for anything, and once in a while I had to go to Canosa, not on my knees like that deposed king going to see or emperor, was it emperor, doesn't matter now, going to see the pope in humiliation. But I went to see an uncle we had. He was communist leader with a subway system or something. With that came perks, and he had food on the table and the fridge. So much so that some of it was spoiled or close to the expiration date and soon to be thrown out. So periodically I would go and take sometimes spoiled food with the fungi and sometimes food which they didn't like or that it was, as I said, about to be thrown out anyway. And uh, the paradox is that they helped in that situation because it was hard to get anything, so fungi would do if you have nothing. But and yet I still didn't feel like being so grateful, which is bad, mea culpa, on my side, but also bad on theirs because they expected so much reverence, I guess, and bowing with that, even quite some time after uh, that hunger was finished, hunger period was finished. Maybe I should. Positive psychology argues about gratitude as a form of a rule of happiness and a form of happiness, of becoming better off. And it's all its forms. Be happy with what you have. Be grateful for what you have. Write letters of gratitude to people you forgot to, didn't mention, didn't think needed. And one other rule is forgiveness. Maybe these would be coupled here, and I forgive. I forgave my humiliation and express my gratitude for those guys who helped us through the famine induced by the commies. One is dead, Victor. May God rest in peace. Rest him in peace, or whatever I say. I'm still looking for the answer. I'm still sort of a dynamic atheist now, and I read something about Jesus, and then I like the idea. So it's also the wager of Pascal, which is interesting. He said, well, it's you have to take this like a bet. If God exists, it's good to be religious because then you're a winner. You win paradise, and if it doesn't, you lose nothing. It's arguably not an excellent Christian way to think about it, and God would not like that. It was discussed, but I kind of think it interesting, funny, and why not to be considered. Well, that's it for now, I guess. So long.